Welcome everybody, my name is Eric and I'm starting a new channel called Minimize to Maximize. My first video is going to be on 6 years to financial freedom. 6 years, just think about that for a second. So you won't have to worry about a job that you have to go to for 40 hours a week for the rest of your life to find some sort of stability and income, and you'll be able to do what you want to make money instead of what you have to do to make money. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start it off. So the end result is that by the end of the 6 years, you'll have nearly $200,000 in mutual funds. All you have to do during that 6 years is to work, save money, and invest in basically growth stock mutual funds. This is going to be ideal for high school graduates who have not accrued any debt. The reason that is ideal is because you don't want to be spending money paying off debt instead of saving all that money to invest so it can grow. For the example I'm going to show is joining the military, more specifically the Air Force, because that's what I did and that's what I have experience in. And I've noticed that joining any branch of service is going to be the quickest way to make good money with minimal skills. One highlight of joining the Air Force versus the other ones, if you sign a 6-year contract, you receive what's called Accelerator Rank. So that means it's going to bump you up in pay at a quicker rate than you normally would if you signed a 4-year. And so that's kind of why I stuck at this whole 6 years to financial freedom instead of 8, 10, or whatever. This is going to give you the quickest path and also the one that's going to be most easily attainable, because the type of sacrifice you're going to have to do within this 6 years is going to be pretty hard to sustain any longer than that. So that's why we're going to stick with the 6 years. The Accelerator Rank is ideal for this to work. That just means it's going to be more money for you and it's going to be faster. More money faster is going to be better, of course. The extra bonus at the end of the 6 years is that you are going to get money to go to college for free. So that's also an additional bonus. And at the end of this, I'm going to cover kind of where that will take you if you decide to go to college and how you can let your money accrue even longer. And in the end, you will get even more money because you're going to college for free and they provide you book stipends and stuff like that. So we'll cover that later on in the video. So this is how to get it to work. So first, what you're going to do is once you get in, you're going to take 50% of your take-home pay every month and you're going to put it in a growth mutual fund. As soon as you get your first raise, you're going to still have that 50% from that first paycheck, but you're going to add any additional money that you would get from a raise and put that in aside from the 50%. So basically what you're going to live off of for this entire 6 years is the 50% that you would have got from that first paycheck. All the other bit is going to be invested. All right, this is what it's going to look like. So for your first 4 months, you'll be making the $1,554, and then you would take that number and you would divide by 2, and that will be your investment amount. And you'll put that into a growth stock mutual fund, and you'll do the same thing for the next 4 months. After that 4 months is up, though, you will be getting your first raise. I'm going to show you what that's going to look like. So once you get your first raise, again, you'll take all the additional money from that first raise, which will be about, it looks like about $130 extra dollars. And then you'll put that additional money into that mutual fund. Once you get to your second pay raise, so it's going to be $300 in addition to that first pay raise. And so you're going to put that in, and then over the course of your full year, you're going to get about $12,141 into your mutual fund. So then that's just going to sit there. You're not going to touch that money. So as you hit your second year, you will be looking at around $1,243 just because you will get a standard 1 year pay increase. And that's just a standard increase. That's not anything like a pay grade increase or an over 2-year increase. That's just something that you get once a year. You get a traditional, it's usually about 1.5 to 2.5%. And so you're going to be looking at, again, putting that extra money in. And by the time you hit the end of that year, you're looking at a total of $14,918. So all in all, you're looking at about almost $27,000 after the 2 years. And once you hit year 3, then again, you're going to get that standard increase. And then you're also going to get a over 2-year increase. So that's going to bring you up about $130 extra dollars. Once you hit your 2.5-year mark, you'll be getting your first, or actually your third pay grade increase. So then that's when you will go from E3 to E4. And then also once you hit E4, at that point in time, you'll be eligible to live off base. I know I didn't cover this earlier, but while you are E1 to E3, you'll be living in a dormitory that you don't have to pay for. Bonus, you'll also be eating at a dining facility that you don't have to pay for food. Double bonus. But once you hit E4, you'll be eligible to go off base, and you'll be eligible for what they call BAH, which is Basic Allowance for Housing, and then also BAS, which is called Basic Allowance for Sustenance. And so that's going to actually increase your pay quite a bit, and so that can also increase your contributions to your mutual funds. As you can see, at the end of that 3rd year, you almost doubled what you put in for your 1st year. Almost doubled. And then again, you're going to get another raise at the beginning of your 4-year mark, which will be your over 3-year raise. So you're looking at almost $1,000 extra dollars from the beginning of your 3-year to the beginning of your 4th year. So as you go through the beginning of your 4th year, again, you're going to be putting all that in. And then if you look at your total, it's going to be around $28,749.60. Around this time, you're going to start getting eligible to test for Staff Sergeant, which is E5. And you need to take this test seriously, because if you don't make it the first time, this will not work for you. You won't make as much money, and at the end, it's probably going to be a pretty big difference. So take your studying seriously, and then you make the around $200K after your 6 years. All right, so as we go into our 5th year, let's just say you made Staff Sergeant like I did, and then you'll put on somewhere in between your 4 to 4.5 year mark. As you see in the beginning of your 5th year, so you're making around $2,500 all going into your investments. And you're going to be doing that all the way until you put on E5. Once you put on E5, it's going to bump it up even more. As you can see, it looks almost close to around $3,000. And you'll see that around month 7 of year 5. So it's $2,986. And that's going to carry on until the end of your year 5. And as you can see, your total contributions for that year is around $33,334.80. So let's just go on to year 6. Year 6 is looking really good. So every month from there, you're over $3,000. So by the time you are done with year 6, you're going to have over $36,000 in that year in contributions. So, and that's a total of $147,268. That was what you contributed. Now let's look at see how much it actually grew on its own. So the growth of its own is about $195,926. So that's if everything goes perfect. Say you get a 10% growth on your mutual fund, which is about average. That's not saying that they will get 10% every year. Some years they will get more, some years they will get less. That's just the way mutual funds work. We can't control the stock market. We're not God, you know. So you're looking at about $19,592. Let's say you want to go to college. So we're going to college. We're no longer making money in the Air Force. But while we are going to college, we're going to leave this money alone. And why that is because you'll be receiving BAH for Staff Sergeant pay with dependents, as well as getting your education paid for. You'll get about, let's say, $14,940 for the BAH. That's actually quite a bit of money. And let's just say In addition to that, you wanted, let's say, $4,000 extra dollars. So for yourself, for that year, while you're going to school, you have almost $20,000 to do what you want with. That's not too bad, right? $20,000 ain't nothing to swing anything at. And so you only took $4,000 out, so the rest of the $14,000 is going to go right back in, as you can see with the $210,000 for the next year. And say, so you're going to school that year, and again you're taking out around, let's say, $5,000, and then again your BAH is still around that $14,000 to $15,000 mark. So now you have actually an increase of money that you can use. You don't have to do that. You could save more if you wanted to and just use the BAH, because that's actually quite a bit. You think a typical one-bedroom apartment in a typical city in the United States is probably going to be anywhere from, what, $400 to $600, including utilities. It'll be about $800 to $900. That is only about 10 grand a year. The rest of that money can be spent on food, whatever. And then don't forget, your books will be covered, so you don't have to worry about buying books. And if you live on or close to campus, you don't have to worry about a car. You could bike there. But if you wanted a car, you remember you got that 20 grand that you could spend on transportation. All right, let's just say now you got your last year in school, which you'll have, again, another little increase of about $5,000. So if you look at the $15,000 that goes back over in, so now you have $226,000 at the beginning of your third year. And let's just say you're going to school again that year, $20,600 on yourself. For the last year, you put that money back in, and you have over $243,000. And so that's going to be equal to about $24,339. Let's say that you wanted to spend $15,000 and put $8,000 more into that just because you wanted it to grow one more year. And so you do that. At the end of that year, you're going to have over $250,000. That's equal to $25,000, $191 a year that you'll be able to get off of income off of that average 10% growth. That's going to be equal to a $12 an hour job for doing nothing. Nothing. You won't have to do a thing. And so now you can go and do whatever you want to do. I don't know what you want to do. You know what you want to do. So just start doing it. That is how you can become financially independent after 6 years. It's really that easy. All it takes is discipline, a little bit of hard work, and what that equals is your financial freedom. If you wanted to play video games for the rest of your life and not do anything else, you could, and you would be okay. You wouldn't have to worry about going and trying to find a job at some random place that you didn't like. Well, anyway, you all take it easy. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, because we're going to have several different follow-ups to this and in other ways that you can minimize to maximize. Again, thank you. Have a great day.